Toyota just did something nobody expected. After years of playing it safe, they've unleashed a raw, unfiltered supercar that's about to shake the entire sports car world. And it gets weirder. There's a racing version covered in spoilers, a fully electric replacement supercar that's faster and more powerful. And we're at Fuji Mountain Speedway to break down exactly what Toyota is planning. This isn't a hybrid. This isn't a concept. This is real, and it's coming. Meet the Toyota GR GT, front mid-mounted engine, impossibly long bonnet, squared-off aggression, V8 powered, two-seater, rear-wheel drive, pure driver's car. The structure is all aluminum space frame with layers of carbon fiber strategically placed where it matters most. The bonnet, roof, rear bulkhead, and trunk are pure carbon. Every gram counts. The whole package weighs less than 1750 kilos, and Toyota's being deliberately vague about just how light it actually is. Look at this thing from the front. Massive air intakes for the intercoolers and radiators, a hood scoop that screams rally car heritage, triangular vents that channel air up and over the windscreen, echoing the legendary LFA that came before it. Drop your eyes to the side and you'll notice something immediately. This car sits absurdly low, so low that the roofline sits at waist height. The design is sculptural, purposeful, and incredibly long. There's a massive air outlet running down the side that lets turbulent air escape past those 20-inch wheels. Every element has been designed to keep air flowing, drag minimal, and the center of gravity impossibly low. The rear is where it gets interesting. A double-layered ducktail spoiler sits mounted at the very back. But here's the twist. There's no active aerodynamics, no moving wings, no complexity. That would add weight higher up, compromising the balance that makes this car special. This is about purity. Pop the bonnet and you'll find the secret weapon, a 4.0-liter twin turbocharged V8. This isn't some ancient engine. It's completely bespoke. The turbos sit deep within the hot V of the engine itself, mounted between the cylinder banks. The result? 650 brake horsepower, 627 pound-feet of torque. And thanks to a mild hybrid system, there's zero torque drop between gear changes. Here's how it works. A torque tube runs the entire length of the car from the front-mounted engine straight through to the rear axle. Inside that tube lives an electric motor that provides acceleration support and bridges the gap during gear changes. This means smooth, uninterrupted power delivery every single time you shift. That power then feeds into an 8-speed gearbox. But to keep the rear end short and tight, the engineers used conical gears to reverse the power direction, pushing it back forward into a limited slip differential before sending it to the rear wheels. The numbers are insane. 0 to 62 miles per hour in under 4 seconds. Top speed pushing 200 miles per hour. This is supercar territory. But what's truly remarkable is what Toyota didn't do. No complicated adaptive suspension. No excessive turbo boost chasing horsepower numbers. Double wishbones all around with carbon ceramic Brembo brakes that are reassuringly massive. Everything here is about balance, about feeling, about connection. Climb inside and you realize this isn't some stripped-out race car trying to be street legal. It's a genuine supercar that happens to be focused on driving. Low-mounted carbon bucket seats with generous padding. You sit so far back and so low that when you look forward, you see nothing but the endless plane of that bonnet. It's a seating position that screams supercar. A small, flat-bottom steering wheel. Real buttons, real switches. A digital driver's display with shift lights integrated right into the dash, because when you're pushing hard on track, you need those warnings instantly. 4 drive modes: custom, normal, sport, and track. Sport mode adds throttle response and reduces traction control sensitivity. Track mode, that's where the real fun happens. There's also a rotary traction control dial that ranges from fully on to expert levels, where stability control essentially disappears. A relatively small touchscreen sits in the center console with physical buttons underneath. When you're driving hard and need to make adjustments, you want mechanical feedback, not touchscreen guesswork. Even the transmission tunnel is massive and thick, a structural necessity for maintaining rigidity. The paddle shifters for the 8-speed gearbox sit right in the middle, ready to deliver lightning-quick gear changes. Everything about this interior screams purpose. The cup holders feel like an afterthought, as if the designers begrudgingly added them because they had to. This is a car built for people who care about one thing: the drive. But Toyota didn't stop at one car. They unveiled the racing version simultaneously, the FIA-compliant GR GT3. This version is built to win. It's competing in the World Endurance Championship, replacing the Lexus RCF LM GT3. And without livery, it's absolutely menacing. It shares the exact same core structure as the street-legal GR GT, but ditches the mild hybrid system for a significant weight reduction. Everything else is raw aggression. Massive front grille, huge front splitter, a front vent so enormous you could lose a small child in it, additional cooling ducts everywhere, cheese grater front wings, center lock wheels, side-mounted exhaust pipes, a race fuel filler, and topping it all off, a gooseneck spoiler spanning the entire width of the car. The interior is stripped down to its essence: a roll cage, race spec switches, and a cut-down racing steering wheel. This is pure purpose in aluminum and carbon fiber. This GT3 will form the blueprint for future variants, but for now, it's ready for the track. The sound, the performance, the racing heritage, it's all about to play out on the world's greatest circuits. But there's one more revelation. Hidden in one of the pit garages sits a car that changes everything about what we thought we knew. The Lexus LFA Concept. Fully electric. The confirmed successor to the legendary LFA supercar. 2 years ago, this car existed as a distant dream. Now it's real, and it's confirmed to share the same structural foundation as the GR GT. Same core competencies, different philosophy entirely. Where the GR GT is aggressive and angular, the LFA Concept is sculpted and sophisticated. The battery electric platform means no massive front grille. Instead, the nose is superformed, sleek, aerodynamically elegant. Stacked headlights, big slashes cutting across the bonnet all the way to the windscreen. The side profile is less aggressive than its turbocharged sibling. The rear view mirrors are concept car level minimalism. A proper flying buttress arcs over the back, connecting directly to the legendary LFA heritage. Triangular design elements echo the original. Quad exhaust holes sit integrated into the design. And yes, there's active aerodynamics, more sophisticated, more technical than the GR GT's passive approach. The interior matches this elevated approach. Same long bonnet seating position, but wrapped in luxury. A separate driver's pod defined by pale materials and dramatic buttresses, separating driver from passenger. A yoke steering wheel with delicate small controls. An OLED panel that swoops around the dashboard like a wave, delivering information with pure sophistication. Lexus design cues everywhere. Speaker cone elements. The drive selector itself looks like an evolved, elevated version of what you'd find in their luxury sedans. This is an expensive-feeling supercar designed for those who want more than just performance. Toyota is bringing drama back. Real, unapologetic drama. The GR GT is the spiritual successor to the LFA, a practical street-legal supercar for drivers. The LFA Concept is Toyota's moonshot, a battery-electric future supercar with mega horsepower that feels like a giant science experiment. One is evolution, one is revolution. Both are about to redefine what Toyota means in the supercar world. The age of boring is officially over, but here's the thing. Toyota has finally figured out what matters. While everyone else chases horsepower numbers and corner-cutting complexity, they've delivered something pure, something raw. Something that feels alive in ways modern supercars just don't. The GR GT and LFA Concept represent two completely different visions of the future. One is rooted in mechanical tradition, one is boldly electric. Both demand respect. If this video opened your eyes to the truth behind Toyota's supercar revolution, how they're challenging everything we thought we knew about what a performance car should be, hit that like button right now. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next breakthrough moment in automotive history. If you had to choose between the raw turbocharged GR GT and the futuristic electric LFA Concept, which one speaks to you? Drop your answer in the comments. I read every single one. The future of supercars is being written right now, and it's being written in Japan. Your perfect driver's car is out there. You just have to decide which future you believe in. See you in the next video.